We are live. It's Behind the Counter here at Insane Games TV. Hope everyone had a great week. Hope everyone had a great Labor Day week, too. We were off last week, but we're back at it here. Behind the Counter, Mike, Steve, and I, with our bodyguard over here watching the mall hallway. Ash making a somewhat maybe of a guest appearance. I don't know if he's seeable. I don't think he's seeable. But he is right there.
Off camera,
watching us. So I'm sure the troll he is will make an appearance here on the set at some point for this episode. But welcome on in, everybody. It's Behind the Counter. Slow last week. It was slow, pretty much. Back to school, obviously, through for most of the area. I know for our area, I'm pretty sure everyone else got going. But always quiet in the mall. Always probably the most quiet week of the year. I think that first, maybe this one. This is the first full week back to school. Last week, kids went back like Thursday. I know up in Queensbury they did. So you kind of have, then Friday everyone's back at it. But this is the first full week of back to school. Always a quiet time. But always allows us to get some work done too. So, the good old stuff. But nonetheless, we're still here kicking, getting ready to go. Another week here on the channel. Speaking of busy stuff, PlayStation Network had an event last week. As we get into prime video game season, it may be slow here, but the video game industry is starting to pick up. And
it's been a long time.
I would hope so. Mike and I went through Best Buy the other day. We're up there for what are we doing? Oh, we're bringing back the steering wheel.
Bringing back your steering wheel.
Failed steering wheel for Danny
That
NASCAR.
steering wheel stunk.
It was awful.
I like the concept, but that particular one
so we got rid
was
of
quite
that.
stinky.
We'll put our resources towards something else. But we got rid of that, and while we're walking through, browsing the aisles at Best Buy. You cannot walk into Best Buy and not go browse the aisles. So in the video game fashion that we are in, we decided to walk through the video game aisles, and Nintendo had a decent looking aisle. PlayStation had a really nice looking aisle. They had like the actual PlayStation logos that are all lit up. Yeah. Then you go into the Xbox section. It's like dark and gloomy. Nothing there.
Quite weird looking.
And no games.
It does look like it had the most signs of people going through it, though.
True. No games, though. I go, this is depressing.
I guess it's probably because a lot of people are having an easier time getting the Xbox Series consoles than they are on PlayStation 5.
Could be. I haven't seen any of them yet.
That very well could be the case. Nonetheless, I would hope. Well, I mean, let's be honest. There've been really no good games coming out the past, year and a half, 2 years. And even now, games are still getting delayed. We won't mention any names that have had almost 4 years to develop a game, and still yet they feel the need to get it released.
I'll do you one better. GTA 5 remastered got delayed to next year.
How about GTA 6?
Why waste our time with the remastered?
I might play it one more time. Come on.
I mean, why not? I mean,
I never really beat the whole thing. There was just too much to do in it.
I did beat it.
Did you?
As Michael.
As Michael? Can't you beat it as all of them?
Yeah, but every one has a different end story, I believe. Now back when we were at the old store over there, it was me, Johnny. When did that game come out?
Man.
2013?
And we've gone that long without a new Grand Theft Auto game.
We got one Red Dead.
Yikes.
I like that Red Dead, though. That's a good one.
But time has flown by. I remember that game came out. Like, oh, well, I won't see another Grand Theft Auto game for quite some time. And it's been, 8 years? Holy moly.
The next one should be dripping wet, though.
But we beat it over at the other store, Johnny and I, both doing our own campaigns at the same time.
What was your mission you always wanted to do? Steal a helicopter from the military base? Or a plane? The big plane?
Commercial,
yeah.
The 780. I mean, I've done it. The 787. There's a couple missions you can't beat. Like, I think there's one air base that's like completely
instant death when you walk in.
When you walk in there's no way you can get out of it, and it's like instant. But we tried to get a couple of helicopters out of there, and it's just, it's not. You can't do it. I don't think. Do you have any encounters with Grand Theft Auto?
I am very ashamed to say I only beat like the first 5 missions in it.
There is a lot to do in it, so mostly what it's for is running around and having fun. So
But nonetheless, it is starting to pick up as video game season. I would hope so, because as I was just saying, the aisles of the video games sections in Target, Walmart, Best Buy, they're getting slim picking. So, Steve, you've been following what's going on with the PlayStation
Oh yeah.
update last week. What we got?
Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic remake is coming out as a timed exclusive for the PS5.
I loved that game on Xbox back in the day. First and the second one, but
When's
it seems like
coming out,
there's a lot of drama about this one
Next year.
amongst the Star Wars fandom. The old fans versus the new. The main director said that they're going to completely rewrite the story and that Rey was her favorite character. So people are not too excited.
Wait,
So-
what?
You remember Knights of the Old Republic for
Game.
Xbox? Original Xbox?
Right.
It's an all-time cult classic among Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Very wet.
Okay.
Understand? Very wet. Say it.
So it's a decent game. Let's keep
I'll
going.
accept that.
Make your own person. You could be a Jedi. You could be a Sith. You could be whatever.
Yeah,
you want.
good. It's like one of the first games where you could
Details
do
I don't know.
a good guy or bad guy. Yeah. Besides that, they're remaking it. How many years later? When did like 2004,
Almost
2000?
20 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
Where
it's
does Rey come
now
in?
it's a PlayStation exclusive. That's already a weird choice after.
Only time.
Yeah. And
It's not coming out for Xbox at all now.
No, well,
yeah, the year probably later, but it's starting out on PlayStation only. They said that they want to completely rework the game and rewrite story parts and stuff. And it's like one of those classics where people don't want them to touch it at all.
But why would you touch it if you're just remaking the game?
It's like
Why
a
would Rey have
reimagining
anything
kind.
to do with that? She's not.
She
even
just
one of
said that happened to say that Rey's her favorite character in Star Wars,
them. But if she
and nobody likes the new movies,
well,
so.
that's debatable. But if she makes an appearance in the Old Republic, then
She wouldn't do that.
But okay. But if that's what the director's saying, then that game wouldn't be the remake of the Old Republic. It would be a whole
No,
new game.
she's not saying she's going to be in it. She just said for reference as a
Why
Star
does that
Wars.
have any relevance to the Old Republic?
Because
being
someone that has that as their favorite character is a questionable person and fan of Star Wars.
I'm sorry, are Star Wars fans that uptight about the?
Let me think about a reasonable comparison in,
Hey,
in NASCAR for
I
you.
understand the movies. I understand the Star Wars movies has a bunch of freaks that all follow it and stuff. But really, the game that has a big following that goes after
one
it?
one of the greatest Star Wars games of all time,
I don't know
and
about
something
that.
that's a movie, and
It's
then
not-
for
the
video
Star Wars
games.
It's just a game. Okay, it's just a game. It's not like the
Is,
Star
you
Wars
could say that about anything.
I can get that. But
That's
we
a
don't
quite an
hold
absurd
Star Wars
statement.
Games
It's
these
a
high,
game.
immortal standards. But as far as I'm concerned, the Star Wars don't even crack the top 200 of the best games ever
I would
created.
agree. Most of the games of Star Wars are like
We're
B,
acting like we're talking
like
about
B,
a Halo
but
game
this
here.
game was S plus superstar perfect game. Whether it was Star Wars or not, that's why it was good. A lot of things depend on Star Wars to sell, but
that's up there with like Lego Star Wars. Plus tier.
but so like I said, a comparison. Let me think. Who's like the worst guy in NASCAR?
Ryan Newman.
It's like someone saying, "Oh, I'm going to be running all things NASCAR now, but Ryan Newman's my favorite driver." Would you be happy about that?
No, let me rephrase.
By the way, Newman's my favorite driver.
Let me rephrase. No. What you should have said is, I'm taking over the NASCAR video game industry and
Still, okay. Ryan
Jeff
Newman.
Gordon's my favorite driver.
But you like
Jeff
Jeff.
Gordon wouldn't be in the new game.
He's probably gonna be in the new game as a
Okay,
legend.
what-
I'm not saying about including him.
Let's say-
You're getting caught up on the wrong
You're
part.
no. You're saying the new director of the video game came out and said that Rey's her favorite,
Okay.
but Rey is not part of the game, so she wouldn't be. So it really has nothing to do
I'm
with the
just
video
saying
game.
that she has questionable taste.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to say. And if someone likes Ryan Newman, they probably have questionable taste as well.
I see. I wouldn't think.
Do you
that
want a
hard.
Ryan Newman
Okay,
fan
but
running
I think
things in
I
NASCAR?
think you're thinking a lot into her. I wouldn't have put that much thought into her statement.
Well, the Star Wars fan base is extremely volatile and controversial right now. It's split down the crack.
Well,
So when someone mentions sequel trilogy stuff, it's instantly half the
I think
Star Wars fans are lost.
fans need to take a chill pill.
That's a tough betrayal, a borderline Game of Thrones level betrayal.
Let's not get into that.
So any Star Wars fan mentions anything after 2005, they would be pretty much lit on fire.
See, I like the new Star Wars movies.
You're just saying that to be a
Not
troll.
really. I thought Kylo Ren was very good.
And I'm pretty sure you didn't even watch the old ones
do you
until
mean?
like a week before you went to watch
I
them,
watched
so
the-
you could catch
no, I
up.
watched the old ones.
We talked, and you're like, "Yeah, I've never watched Star Wars before. They're
That's
stupid."
not accurate.
You've watched it at least past the year 2015, all of them. Up to
I have.
2015, you hadn't seen any Star Wars.
No, I watched them all. I have them all on Blu-ray.
Tom's.
No, they're mine, actually. And I've watched
Okay, I
them.
remember when you got that. A guy traded them in here
And I watched
a couple of years ago.
I watched them before that.
I'm calling you out on your Star Wars fandom.
First off, I'm not a fan of
To
Star
a casual
Wars.
fan,
I don't have a fandom for Star Wars, nor am I a fan.
and that's why you wouldn't understand.
I'm not a fan of Star Wars. However, I have watched them, and I prefer the newer ones. I think
That's
the graphics
why
are
you don't
superior.
understand.
And you people who go make their
The
remake
graphics, he says.
scenes and their remake YouTube
sound like a
videos
fool.
where they're updated sound effects and for the old movie, I think it's ridiculous. They're not part of
I don't even know what you're ranting about
What do
right
you mean?
now.
You're talking? Yes.
What
You-
about updated what?
You-
YouTube?
someone-
You're going
No. Somebody who's made people go online and go on YouTube and they take scenes from the old movies and refresh them.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
I think it's ridiculous. That's not actually what happened.
That only happened once.
It doesn't matter. It shouldn't be there.
The Scene 38
I remember when that
Remastered's
happened.
beloved.
I remember when that happened and that video came out. Tom walked in here like he's seen the greatest scene to ever come out of a movie. We had to mute everything, turn the lights off, put the mask up on the TV, and we had to soak in the wetness as I was.
That's what I did as well.
Of the greatest scene, and I thought it was disturbing.
At the time,
It's not a real scene. They should not be included. You
We
should not
were-
be watching it.
at a point where there was absolutely
That's
no
ridiculous.
good Star Wars content coming out before our savior, the Mandalorian, came along and restored order to the Force. But that's besides the point.
The Clone Wars were pretty good.
That's
Everything
true.
after the
Those are always good.
Yeah.
The only
The
movie
cartoon.
franchise that should go down in history as one of the greatest movie franchises of all time is Harry Potter. End of story. There's a
Because
lot
that's
of
the only
creative-
one you gave a really
It's the
good
only-
chance.
What do you mean?
If you watched any of them as much as you watched Harry Potter, you'd probably enjoy them.
I'm sorry.
Coming
And
from the
I'll
guy with
say
a
this,
Star Trek ringtone on his phone.
I'm sorry. I go back and I watch the Star Wars, the old ones, and there's no. I don't understand why they're labeled as the greatest movies of all time. There's very.
You need the
There's
nostalgia.
barely any action.
When you
The
watch them
sound
as a
effects are
full-grown
awful. There's just nothing going. Why are you calling me?
Put the ringtone on. Wow.
Yeah, call me again. I had on vibe.
The guy that said Harry Potter's the only thing. Oh, it said my name. Your phone's stupid,
It's
Dan.
being ridiculous. Now call it. My sound is all the way down at 1. Are you calling?
It's very quiet, very weird. But that's besides the point.
My phone, yeah, I don't know what's going on. With
You say Harry Potter is the only good show, but then you like Star Trek too.
First off, I like Star Trek. Am
So
I
you're saying
am
it
I a
doesn't
Star
deserve to be-
Trek fan?
Those
do
ones-
I have a Star Trek fandom? No. I watch them. I enjoy them. I would put them up in the no more.
See, now, that's a place I don't really understand, and I don't criticize it. I didn't watch Star Trek as a kid. I understand there's some wet stuff in there, but it doesn't have that nostalgia base for me, so I just don't go back and watch it.
I have absolute disdain for Star Wars. Absolute disdain. The whole thing about it. The kids in my neighborhood that used to watch it back in the day, I would leave when they would want to watch it. When we were over hanging out at
Sounds like you
little
developed a grudge very
Nope.
early.
When we would go over to this little so-and-so's house to and chill, and all of a sudden we were like, oh, we're going to watch Star Wars. I would immediately get up and go home. I wanted nothing to do with watching
So
Star
as
Wars.
I said, he did not watch Star Wars as a child.
I found them absolutely boring. Have I gone now in my elder days and gone back and watched Star Wars to try to appreciate it? Absolutely.
That's why you can't
I
appreciate
find
it.
the movies boring, lacking graphics, lacking updated features. I
They
think
came out in the 70s.
I don't
man.
care. I find it to be an absolutely boring movie.
Well,
Movies.
that means you're just a boring person
And
yourself.
I think people who hate on the new ones, well, I don't tell you.
And people that like Harry Potter, like you do, are dorks.
Nope, Harry Potter has so many. The movies for Harry Potter are so good that when you go and watch it for a 9th time, you'll see something you didn't see in the
We
other
see
8
a villain
times you
that
watch
gets
it.
killed by a bunch of children,
So it's like
a bunch of little
every-
kids.
Gets killed by one of the people that has the greatest and most superior power in Harry Potter than anyone in the entire franchise.
Oh, really, Dan?
Really? There's someone who has more power than Harry Potter?
I don't know because I'm not a dork.
Whatever.
Skywalker could kick Harry Potter.
No.
We already had the huge debate, and Dan got fucking rocked in that one when we
What?
did Darth Vader versus Voldemort.
No.
Fucking
I issued
rocked.
a challenge. Okay, who did I issue a challenge to?
I think it was Boder.
Boder. I said, who is more superior? Lord Voldemort or Darth Vader?
Darth Vader.
Has more powers than
Easily.
How? How so?
You would kill him without
No,
even
not
breaking
only
a
that.
sweat.
No. It wasn't just who had the most power. It was who was the
Who-
greater villain.
And that was even more so.
Okay, I think so. There's not. So you gotta stop before you make your biased opinion, Steve. Okay, you have to stop and
I don't
say.
think Steve is biased.
You had to stop and look at the other factors. Okay, like the amount of movies they're in. This wasn't just like who you looked at the development of the character. Like for example, how many movies they're in, who killed more people, who had better storylines.
Each one of these, Vader is winning.
Vader blew up a planet.
Vader's killed like probably millions and millions of people.
In the extended universe, he's gone on his own to take down Jedi.
All 6 movies the 6 good movies are debatably about him.
Movie. It was about how much the movies grossed. Lord Voldemort is far superior in my eyes, and more people were more scared of Lord Voldemort and Harry Potter than people were scared of Darth Vader and Star Trek.
When
or
people
Star
saw
Wars.
Darth Vader first pop on the screen in the 70s, they probably lost their minds.
I
Lost their minds.
challenged Boder to a debate, and it was never met.
Because you lost before it even came down.
I honestly considered it a victory and moved
You've got
on.
buried.
I
Can you please
seriously-
do this with him so we can
I
stop
seriously
saying that?
considered it a victory when I issued an open challenge and it was not met.
We looked it up. Voldemort's not even in the top 10 near even top 20 villains. Vader is widely acknowledged as a top 3 villain.
First off, we brought that up, and Boder pulled up some hack website that labeled off. Do you not remember that?
We all pulled up websites, and it was a
Yeah,
pretty...
And Boder pulled up, and even Dave sitting next to him. I go, I think that article's a little biased towards Darth Vader.
That's
even
not true.
Dave himself. If I could go up and pull, and
You're making
we should
stuff
have
up
the
now.
archives. We should have the archives of the Nerd Glass and Podcast. They brought it up, and Dave was sitting there, and Boder brought up the list, and the article was just so completely in favor of Darth Vader. Even Dave himself said, "I don't know if you can use that as a reference."
You're just making stuff up
I'm
now
not
to
making it up.
defend
I am 100%
This is a
not.
complete Dan lie.
It is not.
Not acknowledging it and moving on. Vader's number 1
I
villain.
will go through the vast archives we have here at Insane Games TV, and I will pull up that Nerd Glass.
If you can do that, then fine. But
it
until I
should
see
be. It
it,
should be record.
it's considered a lie.
Darth Vader's kill count is at least 60 in the films, almost 400 in the comics, and
We're not talking about comics.
alright, then at least 60 in the films. Voldemort's kill count is a minimum of 8.
18.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
18.
Yes.
Wow.
We're talking about their armies too, Steve. They went into Hogwarts and destroyed the
So
whole
if you count
castle.
their armies, like we said, Vader blew up a planet.
And several more.
You just don't have much of a... I hope you
always
do this
graced-
with Boder. I hope you do, because you will
I
look
have
like...
always graced the fact that I'm always going up against true Star Wars fandoms and people who love. And I get it. I like being the villain. I'm great as a villain, and I don't think Darth
Just another
Vader.
case of your questionable villain
Not
case.
really. Not really.
I'd consider myself a top 5 villain, just like Voldemort.
No, I like to play devil's advocate, and everyone that walks in and out of this studio is a die-hard Star Wars fan. Well, Dan doesn't like it, and I don't mind taking on you, if it's Dave, if it's Johnny, if it's Boder, if it's Tom. I don't care. Everyone
You
has
can
their
take
own little
on all you
tactic.
want, but in the end, you most of the time look like a fool.
Not really. I think I can put up a serious debate
I hope
and a
you do
serious
it.
argument as to why Lord Voldemort is more of a villain than Darth Vader.
Boder will crush your soul in a 1v1 debate.
You also got to think, Darth Vader had a span of 19 years to kill billions of people.
Who?
Darth Vader.
Okay.
Between episodes 3 and 4, he's blown up Alderaan. He's blown up the planet in Rogue One.
Dan doesn't know what you're
I
talking
have no
about.
idea what Steve's talking about.
Alderaan
I know what
planet
you're
in
talking
Europe.
about.
Okay.
Blew up a planet in Rogue One. Pretty much hired tons of bounty hunters to get rid of all the Jedi, leaving a very few in the Resistance. And he kills the Emperor.
And let's just say Voldemort started off the
Lord
films
Voldemort
dead.
killed the Minister of Magic.
He started out the films dead on the
Who?
back of a bald guy's head
Who?
in Voldemort.
He came back to
That's
life.
his first appearance.
I'm sorry. Did Darth Vader come back to life?
He came back to the light.
Darth Vader died. And did he ever come back to life?
He redeemed himself.
What does that even mean?
Brought back as a Force ghost.
Huh?
He's actually immortal.
Okay,
Yeah,
first
he is
off,
now.
Lord Voldemort, not only did he die, he came back to life.
First of
He
all,
killed more and became
he
even
got
more
killed by
powerful.
the power of love.
See, that's things. That's things we talk about. That's a debate right there. Lord Voldemort
He got
came
turned
back to
to
life.
dust by the power of love, and somehow he had 8 little pieces of his soul around,
So did half
and he
the-
reappeared on the back of a bald man's head.
Okay,
A
it was,
bald nerd's
it
head.
was stage 1 of coming back to life, and he did.
And then Harry, a 8-year-old literal child, killed him just by touching him with the power of love at the end
He
of the
had the Sorcerer's Stone in his hand.
That had nothing to do
it
with
had
it.
everything to do with
That's
it.
how they revive people. It had nothing to do with why he killed
he
them.
had the Sorcerer's
You
Stone
don't even know
in
the
his
movie you're
hand.
talking. I think I'm a bigger Harry Potter fan than you. I don't think you're qualified to do this argument.
I'm 100% qualified to do this argument.
You don't even know what the Sorcerer's Stone does or where it came from.
Anything else you have for Darth Vader?
How was the Sorcerer's Stone made, Dan?
The guy walks around with a mask on, Steve. A mask.
A mask that causes him existential pain, so that way he can.
And he's
still
got
do
either-
stuff.
Steve knows the fucking deal.
Yeah, he's got to use a weapon to kill people.
Yeah, or he could choke people with the
Exactly,
Force,
yeah.
which he does to many people.
And he
Does
probably has-
Voldemort ever put his hands on anybody? He uses his little wand
Pretty lethal one.
with his long bitch nails.
So is, Darth Vader's lightsaber. That's a pretty lethal wand.
Long story short.
You're getting mucked up, and
Not
Boder's
really.
not even here,
Not
and you're
really.
getting mucked
I
up.
haven't had time to prepare my argument. This was brought on to me suddenly. But the reality is, when this topic was up a couple years ago, okay, I issued a challenge and it was never met. Deep down, everyone knows I would win, and everyone
One
kind
of the
of buried the
most
subject.
ridiculous
and moved on.
thing I've ever heard.
Have we told you the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Dark who?
Darth Plagueis the Wise.
I don't even know who that is.
It's a story the Jedi won't tell you. It's about a man who can save people from death, but not himself.
Steve, stop throwing around your Star Wars propaganda, okay? The reality is, back to what we were talking about before, I think the Star Wars gets too crazy with everyone speculating about rumors and gossip and speculating on what
I
they
agree with you
believe.
there, but when we get down
Take
to
a
it,
chill pill, enjoy the game that comes
the
out for
films
Star Wars.
just aren't good.
No, the problem is, there are going to be people who don't buy the Knights or whatever. the
Oh,
Old
I'll still
Republic.
play it. I'm not going
there are
crazy
people
like
that.
that.
Don't buy the game because they feel like the director likes.
Yeah.
The director likes.
That's what I was pointing out. It's a little ridiculous. I'll still play it, obviously, but that's not a good start.
There are gonna be people go. That director said they grade better. Then we're not buying that game. They will seriously not buy the game because the director said that.
Yeah. That's just how the Star Wars
Oh.
fandom is. Like, I enjoy.
And that's why I call Star Wars fans freak shows.
I enjoy
Some.
Some.
Dameron and Finn in the sequels.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some positive components to the film, but the
Yeah.
overall arcing series of the story was dumb.
Anyway, God of War Ragnarok.
Okay.
About time
Rag-
they came up with a new God of War. When's that coming out? 2024.
2022, probably.
There's actually a guy in here asking when they're making a new one. So is this continuation of the story from 4?
Yep. It's got Thor in it. And he's
Fat Thor.
yeah.
Yep. I thought I saw a screenshot of that the other day.
Wait, who's in it?
Thor.
How can they do that?
It's Norse
Norse
gods, yeah. The mythology.
Oh, I'm thinking
Marvel,
Thor from
yeah.
Marvel.
His son is Loki, isn't he? I think so. I never I played 4 for a little bit, but I think I ended up reading that online, getting it spoiled for me.
The, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, the Borderlands spin-off, looks really good.
Does it look good?
It's pretty much like Borderlands with magic and shit.
I'm definitely down with that. So it's like Destiny, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Project Eve Forspoken. Okay. New Rainbow Six Extraction.
They haven't had a good Rainbow Six game in a while. Siege was alright, but it didn't have I feel like it was very bare bones.
This one looks like it has a bunch of monsters and aliens and shit.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Alan Wake Remastered is confirmed.
Never played it myself, but I know a lot of people like that. I think Dave's one of them.
That comes out October 5th. GTA 5 and online, getting delayed to March of next year. Ghostwire Tokyo.
Why do they need to delay that game? Oh, we already said it, but keep going.
Ghostwire Tokyo and Guardians of the Galaxy.
No. Oh, Guardians of the
Not bad.
Galaxy.
Blood Hunt, Vampire the Masquerade. Which looks pretty good. It's a vampire hunting game. Deathloop and another Uncharted collection.
Did you ever play the Uncharted?
Did I?
No, I haven't.
I have them all, never played them.
You have them all, never played them?
When I got PS3 for Christmas one year, I mostly just wanted to play Metal Gear Solid 4, but I also had the full collection of Uncharted.
Radiohead is doing a virtual exhibition around Kid A and Amnesiac, their two best-selling albums. Gia. Wolverine is getting a Spider-Man style game.
Oh shit, that'll be fun. Rated M.
GT7's coming out March 4th on PS4 and 5.
That Gran Turismo.
And
Maybe
finally-
Dan will have to get involved in the Gran Turismo circuit.
It's pretty fun.
I don't know. No.
No?
I don't know. No, I don't like those ones.
And finally, Marvel Spider-Man 2 has been announced with Venom as the main villain.
Oh shit. Not bad, not bad. I like that lineup.
That one comes out in 2023 though.
But why are they promoting it now? Like I don't. Why can we promote?
To build hype, Dan.
Back to this again.
Some games need it, some games don't.
Spider-Man really doesn't need it though.
It's true. They only needed to say it's coming out, basically. But people did buy PlayStations just to play that game, so saying it now could encourage people to get a PlayStation and be ready for it. I was
true.
shocked how many people bought it just to play. I mean, it's a very good game and everything, but I didn't think it was a console seller.
Yeah. Miles Morales wasn't either.
So
Mhm.
speaking of new games coming out, what about ones we have coming out for this fall? What are some of the hot ones on? I mean,
Back for Blood's gonna be fun.
when's that come out?
We had it on that list.
October 12th.
What's that game about again?
Do you remember Left 4 Dead?
Yeah.
It's like that, but
A lot of fun.
that
More
game's
of a
gonna.
campaign game or multiplayer?
It's like a 4-player. You run from A to the end of the course while you're getting like harassed constantly, and you have to work as a team and make sure you don't die. It's fun. They're like short missions, but crazy.
Deathloop comes out tomorrow.
What's that about?
It's that Bethesda game where you have to go and kill
Oh, that one did look pretty cool.
8 people within the span of like 24 hours.
And every time you die, it resets your day. Yep. And then you just learn how to be absurd just from playing it so many times.
The Hot Wheels Unleashed on the 30th of September.
Dan's like, ooh. Woo, baby.
It could be potentially a good one. That'd be a fun one to play as a group.
I wonder what it would be. Do you build the courses and then?
Yep. You can do that and then customize your own car, like the paint scheme of it.
Hey,
Uh-oh, the troll's up.
lay down.
What's he barking at?
I think someone must have walked by.
What else
Set.
comes out?
He's pulling me on the chair.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which looks really interesting.
Is it like Smash Bros?
Yes, it's got wave dashing and a bunch of Smash Bros. Melee Pro stuff in it.
So it could actually be pretty good.
Which one?
The Nintendo's All Stars Melee thing. What's the
Nickelodeon
name?
All-Star Brawl.
Yeah.
Far Cry 6 on the 7th.
That's got the guy from Breaking Bad as the villain. The Gustavo guy.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
in it? Like the actual
He's
character?
Yeah.
That'd be a fun one to
That
play.
game's cool. It'll definitely be cool.
We gotta start doing more of the new releases here on the channel. I feel like when these games come out, they need to come out. We need to have them oriented towards a show that's similar into style. You know what I mean? Like maybe
Yeah.
like a spooky, dark, gloomy game goes on the Citadel. Not that that's anything bad. I'm just saying, you know, the Citadel kind of has that dark, scary feel.
Yep.
You know, a nice team game should go on a Dream Team. Racing games, naming NASCAR.
Splitgate for the Dream Team.
Tom's being a bastard about it, kinda. He's not fully down with the Splitgate.
We're gonna have to break it down to him.
Right now, the Dream Team's been purely fantasy football focused.
I have to have someone walk in, plop an Xbox down on the table, and just start playing Splitgate.
I still want.
That's what I tried to
I
do.
still want to bring in as many original Xboxes as we can and have a good old classic Halo match.
That would be
AVA.
fun.
I'm still gonna try to put. You can't find any original Xboxes. We still gotta put that together.
I got one or two of them laying around the house.
I'm dying to do that. But okay, keep going with the list.
Metroid Dread on the 8th of October.
Oh, God.
Someone should be playing that.
Tetris Effect Connected.
I could probably play that. It's not technically retro, but it is a brother of old retro games.
It's
First off, well, not to cut you off, it's Wetro Wednesday. So really, it can be retro or it can just be wet. And that game is just wet. So that should be on Wetro Wednesday.
the game.
I would definitely play that.
I mean, when the game was announced, it was
Instantly sold out on pre-order, right, or something. Forget something was weird about it when it got announced. Most sold pre-order.
It was originally canceled.
Was it really?
Originally canceled DS game.
Oh,
Mid 2000s, yeah.
Interesting. I was petting the dog.
That is pretty retro, technically.
Not to get off topic for a second, but if we were to have a Dan versus Boda showdown over the top villain, you would have had to find a judge that's completely biased.
Unbiased.
Unbiased, I mean.
It's got to have a council of.
So do you want
Because
someone...
the argument shouldn't be first off, the argument shouldn't be what you perceive as the better villain. The argument should be who puts the
You're
better
already
case.
trying to rig the competition
I'm not
because you
trying
know
to
you
rig
won't
the
win.
No.
So you're trying to build it in a
I
format
think I
where you
have
could
an
possibly
argument.
steal the win.
I think if I no. I think I have a serious argument.
You want to overload somebody that doesn't know anything with false facts
Not
and then
false
try
facts.
to get...
I think I have a serious argument that could sell Lord Voldemort as a better villain, I believe he's a better villain, over Darth Vader to someone who's never seen either one. That's what it should be about. It shouldn't be about I've seen Star Wars.
It's not about convincing the casuals. It's about convincing the people that know both about a lot of the series.
You gotta do that and then go back around you.
He's trying to do his own thing right now.
Because he can't go anywhere. But I feel like I could put up a serious argument. But let's go back to the releases. The judge would have to be completely unbiased. Maybe
I think it should be someone that's an equal fan of both Star Wars and Harry Potter. Because then they know what you're talking about and you can't spew lies. Come on, dog.
You gotta. It's wrapped around you.
He's
Spin
not.
around. Spin
Oh.
around.
He's just resisting.
What's going on here? There you go. Okay, now lay down.
I don't think I really.
What's going on here, Mike?
Did he get off?
No. What kind of operation do you have going on here?
So I was alright. You made me spin around.
Yeah, now I got that under control.
Battlefield 2042 comes out October 22nd.
That'll be one for the Brothers in Arms to play.
Definitely should be on Brothers in Arms. 100%.
Guardians of the Galaxy on the 26th.
That could be a fun team game to play. Someone
Be fun.
Someone could play as Rocket. Someone could play as
I guess I could play as Drax. Drax the Destroyer.
Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater is getting remastered for.
who would play that?
It's a horror game.
Oh, there you go.
October
For
20th.
spooky, say September 20th.
October 28th.
Just in time for spooky Halloween.
That'd be spooky. I think we need to do a Halloween week here on the channel. That's a definite.
Maybe me and Steve will beat Resident Evil 4 in one
all the
sitting.
shows should be doing Halloween or scary related games.
I'll do you one better. I'll play it on professional.
Is he better at Resident Evil than you are?
I don't know. I haven't seen many that are better than me at that game, but
Well, the fact that he said he just go through and do it on what level?
Professional.
Would you play that professional?
I've beat it a lot of times. I don't think I've ever tried that though.
Have you tried it before?
I'm still working on my playthrough of professional. About a quarter of the way through.
Fair.
Steve saw my headshot work in action on there. I think there's still a couple clips up from when I played it.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's keep it.
That's what I thought, boy.
October 29th, Mario Party Superstars.
That should be a team game.
That's how you break up.
That'll be a
bunch of
Dave
teams.
game for the Colt.
Moving to November, Just Dance 2022. Fuck yeah.
It would be pretty
You're gonna
fun.
do that one?
No.
I was gonna say it would be pretty funny if we played that.
I actually think it'd be hilarious.
Maybe
if
it'll
we
have to
played
be a
that.
punishment for somebody.
Do an Insane Games live on that one.
Call of Duty Vanguard on the 5th of November.
I'll take that one.
Forza Horizon 5.
You did used to
Or
have
we should
a.
be doing Forza Horizon.
There was an
he's
old
a-
Dan Call of Duty show that used to be in there.
Yeah.
Duty calls.
Boater is a notorious Forza player. He should be playing that.
That should be a Danny NASCAR game as well. It's on Xbox.
And PC. I wouldn't even have to borrow Nicole's Xbox for it.
Do we really? You know, I'm not. I mean, I would challenge Boater to a Forza race.
What's up with you and challenging Boater?
No,
He's
no,
a
no.
fun.
But the reality is, why go through that? I mean, I whoop both your asses in Mario Kart. I'm clearly the
That
best.
is very much an anomaly.
Stop.
Mario
I am
Kart.
clearly the best race car driver of any game or any format in this store.
Mario Kart's the biggest racing game for noobs.
NASCAR, Mario Kart, Need for
NASCAR
Speed.
I'll give
I'll
ya.
destroy Boater in Forza. I'll destroy anyone you want in anything. In racing,
I was gonna say, whoa!
I am a man behind the wheel.
I'm sure Steve could dig out a racing game from his childhood that he'll.
I would beat Steve in NASCAR
The
2000.
Burnout on Xbox 360.
98, 99, whatever you want to call it.
Is that a challenge?
It may as well be.
All right.
First off, Steve.
You have to agree to the game first.
First off, I think you need to worry about Mario Kart right now. Because right now
It might be dead on Wetro, honestly.
It should be. I destroyed both of you.
Well,
I
bring
threw
Johnny on.
I
We'll-
threw Tom in the mix too and kicked his ass as well. I walked
That
out
was
with
a little
9
absurd.
wins on
I was
Wednesday.
expecting Tommy to be a ringer, and he really disappointed us. But
And to continue showing my driving skills, I will get into a 50-foot long bus with Dave and Boater, and we'll go around collecting tickets, doing bus simulator as well. And I'll show you how much I can drive the huge bus liner, double story bus too, by the way, up and down the street. And we'll make every goddamn stop, and we'll make every
I
goddamn
am interested
ticket.
to see that content. The little bus driving simulator. You got to get the wheel though, a good wheel.
We'll see.
Get it on PC. I'll let you borrow my wheel.
I'm a man behind the wheel.
I bet I'm a better Warthog driver than you
No,
in
you're
Halo.
not. Absolutely not. When we play capture
known-
the flag and call it, when we play capture
You
the flag
ride.
in Halo, I drive
You're
that
the
sucker,
capture
not
master.
real-
So
I
you-
am the fucking
So you
capture
ride
master.
in the car.
No, not necessarily.
You can't have it all, Dan.
Oh,
You're
I
either the
have it.
capture master or you're the driver.
On the way back, I'm in the passenger seat. On the way there, I'm driving.
That doesn't make sense.
By the way, I don't need to get back with a flag on the Warhog. You never do that. That's rule number 1. You go back hiding with the flag, Mike.
It depends.
You drive the Warhog there.
If it's open, you
get
can't
out,
beat the
You get the
speed.
flag, you go camo, and you scoot out.
That doesn't always
And
work.
you don't go through the portals. You go up in the mountains where they can't
That's
see
a
you.
long trip.
Yep,
A long,
and
long
it's a
trip.
long find. It's not an easy. Where is this guy?
Well, they can only be on one side or the other side if they're
not
not.
always easy. That's why they call me the capture master.
That's fine, but you're not the Warthog
I
master.
was so good, Steve. I would walk down with the camera facing downward so screen lookers wouldn't be able to find where I am.
You know, like when you give a job to a child, like so that they pretend that they're busy, but and they're like still like feel like a part of the group. That's
Not
what
really
they stuck.
part of winning to capture the flag.
That's
is
what
getting
they
the
stuck
flag.
Dan with. Like, hold the flag, look down while we do the shooting.
Last time I checked, the person on top of the leaderboard is the guy with the most captures.
That is
Works,
true.
it works.
And people hated me in capture the flag too because I would end the game early. People want to try to get how many? People were trying to get like 200 kills, and I would end the game. Nope, it's time to move on, boys. 3 captures and game over.
Well,
Which ultimately made them want to kill me and get the flag away from me more than the normal game. So it really truly showed my skills in capturing the flag.
but she's not the best Warthog driver. So. He's
Elder
a-
Scrolls 5 Skyrim Anniversary Edition.
I don't know what it is with those two games, Skyrim and Grand Theft Auto. They just can't get rid of it. Can't quit it. They both came out in 2013, I think, too, or near that.
Skyrim came out in 2011.
Okay. Even more so with them, then.
Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl coming out November 19th. Definitely can't wait.
What's wrong with that, Dan? You're shaking your head in
Classic
disgust.
Pokemon release.
Pokemon, it's... I like Pokemon Unite, but I kind of stopped playing the whole Pokemon franchise.
I've been trying to.
I can't ever quit blue, red, and yellow. Can't beat those ones.
Fair.
Moving into December. Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp.
I don't know what those ones are.
It's kind of like a Fire Emblem style game.
Oh,
It came out on
okay.
the Game Boy Advance back in the day.
That could be what, then.
First 2 games, then nothing else since.
Probably will be good.
That's really about it besides Halo Infinite on 8th of December.
We'll let Brothers in Arms do that one.
What do you mean?
It's out
What do you mean?
December.
Halo?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're the Brothers
Wow. You're not even going to ask the Dream Team if they want to play
in
Halo?
Arms. Can you handle the Halo?
Oh, we can handle the Halo. That's
Can
where
ya?
the TDT was born.
Gotta get Brothers in Arms versus the Dream Team.
That already
Mucked
happened,
up.
and when they mucked us up in the Call of Duty tournament.
But now in the Halo?
I got a couple kills on, I think, Cody or Lucas, though. It wasn't a clean destruction. I got some clapping in. But did they ever feel fear during our match? Probably not.
See, I would throw in a ringer. I throw in the 2v Tuesdays crew.
You think they're as good as the brothers?
Luke plays
Maybe.
a lot of Halo.
Luke is pretty good at games. I don't know
Whoever
whoever,
into the Halo mix.
whatever teammate he brings, I'd have to see though.
Could get very, very interesting.
If it's a newcomer, Nico, no shot. Nico stinks. He's good at fantasy, stinks at video games.
I'll throw Dude Streamo in the mix.
Who's that?
Me and Brandon.
Oh shit!
14.
Is he a Halo guy?
This is Halo.
What are you good at Halo, Steve? I love Halo too, but that doesn't necessarily mean. Well, first off, I am good at Halo, but there are people that like Halo that aren't good at Halo. Are you good at Halo?
I've never played a Halo game in my life.
He's throwing his hat into the ring though.
I've played a lot of Splitgate. That's close.
Pretty bold move.
Splitgate's
To never
pretty well.
play Halo and throw your name into a Halo match.
I can't wait for the new one to come out.
But nonetheless, we got a lot of games coming out. I think it's a pretty, it could be an interesting fall season of new releases. We definitely got to make sure we have them going here on Insane Games TV. That's for sure. All right, we got anything else? We're just about out of time.
Dan sucks at fantasy.
Bad week in fantasy. We're not going to talk about it. Bad week in fantasy. I don't think a single player on my team showed up. It is what it is. You take your bumps and your what?
1-0. 1-0. Austin.
Like,
what a shame.
Getting 1-0.
What a shame, Austin.
But nonetheless, Mike getting one. Otherwise, it's a pretty sad week of fantasy.
Honestly, though, between me and Austin, it was kind of like two boxers without any arms fighting each other. So we'll see.
But
Next week, I plan to put on a stronger showing, but I was blessed with a 60-point opponent this
I'm
week.
more interested to see what week 2 brings. And then
The
moving on.
Tyler-Dan matchup. Dan's trying to let it go under the radar, but it's going to get a lot of hype. Tyler's going to start talking shit in the chat, and he's going to get all the boys riled up, and it's going to have all eyes on Dan going
It's gonna be
0-2.
It's the road to Owen. The loser stays Owen. Mark, I will crush Tyler.
Oh, okay.
I will.
The confidence finally comes
Tyler.
out. I hope he sees that clip.
I'm
I'm sure they're going to
Tyler,
discuss it.
Let me break down Tyler in fantasy football, okay? Tyler is the type where he knows a lot about it, but you say one little thing or you criticize. He starts debating. He starts thinking, he can't. Then all of a sudden he starts making moves and this and that, and then he only ends up hurting. I'm a 2-time champion in fantasy football. I build a rock solid roster. Okay, Yahoo has me going second place right now in projections, 9-5. Okay, I don't care if I lost Raheem Mozart. I will get it back up in. We'll get that roster back up to full strength, and we'll go in there and we'll kick Tyler's ass in fantasy football, and we'll send him packing down the Owen road to 0-2, baby. That's what's coming in week 2.
Okay. I like what I've heard, but I want to see what
And he
Tyler has to
He
say.
can go on the No Look podcast and have his sidekick Austin try to prep him up and get him soaked and get him going and try to convince him that he has a good solid fight in week 2. He doesn't. Austin better be worried about himself in week 2. That's all I'm gonna say about Austin, who projected I think 0-13 for the regular season.
I said if I had played a team that was a killer this week, I would have lost, but
Not only that, first off, it should be a very interesting No Look podcast this week. Okay, 'cause I didn't think about it right now. Austin and his favorite long-haired Aaron Rodgers Green Bay Packers team, who went, how many points did he score, Mike? 1,
3.
2, 3 points for the entire game.
And they got destroyed by famous
Not
Jameis and the
only
boys.
did Austin's team get destroyed in fantasy football this week, the Packers got destroyed as well. I can't wait to see what type of spin Austin puts on both those problems, because that's 2 bad problems to have in 1 week.
He's normally humble in defeat. He'll probably accept the loss.
We'll see.
I don't think you could really spin the Packers one. You could spin the fantasy one maybe, but
I will annihilate Austin in week 2, or Tyler in week 2. I will crush Tyler like he's never seen before. My team will come out fire next week after not scoring that much this week.
well,
Fire. And he can put whatever he wants to put in. And he can say all his little jabs that he wants to say.
there's going to be a lot of jabs.
Damn, that ball bastard. I'm sure we'll hear it all. I'm
There's
sure
not
we'll
going to
hear
be
it
just
all.
jabs from Tyler. There'll be jabs from the whole league.
Okay.
They're like vultures once they see Dan start to suffer.
And first of all, speaking of suffering, you want to know what suffering is going to be around here if I continue on the Owen train, Mike.
That's what I was texting Dan this morning. I was like, once you start losing, you're going to start putting the bands around the store with the no ESPN, no fucking Red Zone behind the counter. He's going to put a no Yahoo on the computers.
There's
Only on the consistency that he wins, though. Nothing actually more.
There's nothing worse than an Owen Dan going through fantasy football.
Well, hopefully after that big montage, you do
And
well
I'm
for
going to get
yourself.
no greater satisfaction than sending Tyler right down the road. Continue to 0-3, pal. There
Last
you
year
go,
he had
Tyler.
quite the Owen streak, so
Who?
Tyler, another 0-2 start would not be good.
It's going to crush him. 0-1's gonna crush you. Now you gotta worry about going 0-2 against me.
You guys are completely deadlocked at the projections
No,
right
no,
now.
I got Gallup in my lineup that has 0.
True.
When I add him in, I'll be way ahead of him, baby.
He could do some adjusting to his lineup as
He
well.
certainly can. He can certainly do some adjusting.
But,
Who do you
Well, now
have
I'm
week
excited.
2?
I got the new guy, Zach,
Oh, boy.
and his
And-
team just went wild, so.
And the only thing that can even be better than myself or Tyler going 0-2, the only thing that can be better is the satisfaction of the potential of Tom going 0-2. There's no greater road to follow than watching Tom go through the Owen road, because it's just crying after crying after.
There's really nothing you can
depressed.
say when you're 0-2. And despite Tom's skill at arguing, there's really no argument to be had when it's just Owen fucking Wilson.
And he has Nico. He has Nico in week 2, who is projected the best team in the league right now. He could very
It's
easily
sledding,
continue down
yeah.
the road. The Owen Road has a lot of people on it right now. We'll see what TJ.
Well, after week 1, half of the league is Owen. It's after week 2, then it gets really, really
Who are
ugly.
the Owens right now? Me,
You, TJ, Tom,
Tyler, Austin.
Tyler, Austin, and Steph.
It's a pretty crowded road right now.
Yeah.
We'll see who keeps going. Either Tyler and I are going to come out victorious, and I can assure you it won't be him.
Oh, well. He said something in the fantasy chat earlier.
I'm sure he is. He's already trying to start.
Is he starting with you already? Let me
maybe.
take a look.
I'm sure it's a ball comment.
No, he was hating on his team. Oh, well.
But, all right, we got anything else for this episode?
I got nothing.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for Behind the Counter this week. We got Danny NASCAR up next. We'll be back at it here 9 o'clock tonight right here on Insane Games TV. And, of course, Monday Night Gaming following up on the West Coast with AC Weezy, your boy Yo. So, and, of course, if you like fantasy football, we're not the only show talking fantasy football. You can catch the Dream Team on Wednesdays. You can catch No Look, I believe it's Friday this week.
We do have a special guest on the Dream Team.
Nico is going to be attending the Dream Team this week, so make sure you tune in.
A.K.A. the Professor.
The Professor. We have the Doctor. We have the Professor. What are you?
I have to think of my medical. I used to be Dr. Wet, but
You got quite the team.
maybe I'll be the dentist.
For what? How does that even make sense?
I just want to be a medical team member.
Yeah, I come up with something. No, I don't like the dentist. But nonetheless, all those shows will be on this week, so definitely catch them. But we will be back at it. Danny NASCAR here, 9 o'clock, so stay tuned. Until next week, guys. Adios.
So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move.
Let me see. You broke my nose! I'll fix it. Nah, looks better the other way.
Can make me move. So alive,
me see.
You broke my nose!
I'll fix it. Nah, looks better the other way.
So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move.
Let me see.
You broke my nose!
I'll fix it. Nah, looks better the other way.